ladies and gentlemen, we are in the studio. All right, this is OKB. Yeah, the CEO of the people. Kolawole is in the studio. You know he's a constant here.
Yep.
He's here.
Yep.
All right, if you've been following the show, you'll remember by now that I have told you guys that every Thursday 6 to 7, that we are doing a different thing entirely. Yes, it's the health show. Health and you. We call it Hey Show. Hey! Hey, how are you? Anytime we say, how are you on the show? I know some of you say fine. Yeah, but how are you really? Are you sure? You're not sure how you did? Are you okay? All right. So we'll find out. So the Hey Show is when we bring in the doctor. Dr. Annie is in the studio. Dr. Annie, say hello to the people.
How are you?
All right. So, all right. Akapi is in the building.
I'm giving him
Akapi is in the building.
The custodian of the bell.
Yes.
Take your bell.
All right. So on the Hey Show with Dr. Annie, today we are going to be talking about something that is important. Akapi, you would have realized during COVID, and I said that is one of the benefits of COVID. All right. Have you noticed that since after COVID, the number of people who get mouth odor don't reduce? Because that COVID period, nobody they tell anybody again. That whole challenge of telling your friends, say, oh my guy, you get mouth odor. You know, come hard again, because all you need to do is tell the guy, say, boy, wear your mask. Once you don't wear a mask, in mouth smell enter his nose. You go know.
You go know
what they go through. Once you cover your mask, you smile small, the thing smell enter your nose. You go know say, hey, whoa, hey, wait. Is that what has been happening?
So that's why people are now.
So a lot of people, that mask where we wear that time, help a lot of people understand. Say, oh my, it be really bad like this.
Is it inflection? I'll call it now.
Yes. Self-discovery. We all went on a journey of self-discovery. So right, today, Dr. Annie will be leading us in the conversation because this is the health show. Dr. Annie, we are talking about halitosis, aka mouth odor. Yeah. Take it away from there. Let us know. Give us the medical aspect of this in here.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. So, like you rightly said, we'll be talking about halitosis, bad breath, mouth odor, smelly breath, foul breath. Some people say morning breath. What other fetal orange? A lot of names people use to describe it. But in all the terms that have been used to identify it, it's just described as an unpleasant, offensive odor that emanates from the breath. Regardless of where the cause or the source is, regardless of whether it's from the oral, when I say oral, from the mouth or from non-oral sources.
Yes,
all right. Maybe I want to ask Dr. Annie, now we are talking about this mouth odor. Please, what are the origins? Within the cause mouth odor?
Okay.
Yes.
So they've identified two different major origins for mouth odor. There can be oral, when I say oral, emanating from the mouth, and non-oral. So for the oral causes means that these are factors within the oral cavity, that's within the mouth, that can produce such odors. And there could be it could come from poor oral hygiene.
That is person when they brush well.
Yes, so there are different factors that constitute for oral hygiene. Dental caries, periodontal diseases. These are diseases of the gum and the tooth. Then you have oral cancers. Then also there are some certain foods that can cause it. So food, spices, like
garlic,
onion, some spices have also been implicated in causing mouth odor.
Some people don't go kiss you if you chop garlic.
Yes.
But see, let me ask now.
Yes.
If somebody has garlic
Breath.
or mouth odor, is it not because the person eats garlic?
Yeah.
Yes.
So after that period, and the person doesn't smell garlic again, is it still a problem?
Now, if you no go eat another one after that.
Abi? Come here when they talk here, they eat garlic for night before I sleep.
So eating garlic is not like a bad thing. It's just the effect of what is produced afterwards. It's not like, oh, you should stop. So there are pathological, when I say pathological, those that can be from a disease cause that is not good, and then physiological, meaning that is normal, or yes, so like morning breath, like from foods like this. Onions definitely has its benefits in the body. Garlic also has benefits in the body, but as a result of eating it, there are some compounds, some sulfur compounds that are produced into the blood.
Oh, yeah.
And these compounds have been found to be responsible for some bad odor that comes from the
Now, there are some, you are saying they are extra oral origin. That is the ones that are from outside the mouth.
Yes.
That you can collect from other areas. So just we want you to throw some light on the extra oral.
Extra oral.
So there are many conditions that have been implicated in mouth odor or bad breath or halitosis, and some of them include GI disease. When I say gastrointestinal disease, that's gastro means stomach and
stomach disease.
So yes, so gastrointestinal disease.
So that means the person from Bele they smell rich mouth.
No, well, there are some, like people who have reflux disease. Reflux is some contents of the stomach or abdomen coming up through the mouth, and so that can cause foul smell because of bacteria that is already normal within the abdomen. Then there could also be peptic ulcer disease that can also produce that. You have some respiratory tract infections like tonsillitis, sinusitis, postnasal drip, chronic liver disease.
Those are coming from the soccer way inside.
And just like these diseases or these conditions are different, the kind of odor they produce are also different. Diabetes is also something that has been implicated. So, and some medications, yes, some medications as well. So when some people are on some medication, they can be predisposed to having some bad breath. Another interesting thing that I will mention, especially for women, is that there is something that's been found, menstrual breath. Yes, menstrual breath. So some studies found that some women during their menstrual cycle experience higher or severe forms of bad breath due to hormonal changes that occur during. It's just for us to note because it's not very known like that. However, some studies have shown the relationship between
okay, you know, so just some people, I'm asking for some people who are asking, not for myself. They are saying like it's a fair way guys they do now when they cause bad breath. Like, I don't know.
See you.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
You go cause so. Let's wait until we put the chat waiting me. Who call me water?
But you know, so let me just talk about
Doc, you know what is this fair now? Just like washing of plate. Like licking of plate.
I don't think
you don't know licking of plate. I don't know how I would take explain. I don't know.
So like if you go directly to the kitchen now, like where they plate. You know, fire.
Doc, what they are saying is cultural tonsillitis.
Oh, that's the botanical name. It's pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think Doc should know by now.
Doctor, if you never still understand what is leaking of plate,
we can't help you for that.
Well, I don't know how to help you, but what we are saying is that if you go to put your mouth where you're not supposed to put your mouth, like for where no concern you, you understand? I don't know what other English to use.
Mean interfering in people's business.
No.
Well,
okay.
Let's continue when you find the right English word.
That's people's business.
Okay,
interference.
Interfering in people's lower business.
Doc, if you don't understand literature-wise, it's talking about
That's just the sound. But don't worry, when I understand exactly, I'm sure I will.
No, you don't know.
How do we help Doc?
Okay, Doc. Doc, we're moving now.
So the
somebody on my Instagram live he says it's called giving head.
Yeah, when you're heading somewhere. I was trying to find a way to, like, when you're headed somewhere, you know. Okay,
Will it cause bad breath? Because some have said some kind throat infection is linked to it. So that's what we are just asking for people.
it's not for us, so they are
not
people
for
on
us,
Third Mainland Bridge now.
Yes.
They are very anxious.
Yes.
You understand me now? Even people that are listening from America and UK, there's code there now.
Yes.
They want to know we in there now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in this America, but
All right. So, Doc, that's what we are saying basically.
Okay. Right.
Our science never really carry us with that side.
When you say giving head,
Yes.
is that a medical condition or?
Doc.
Don't go back.
Doc, we are sorry, we can't help you.
Yes, I cannot. I don't think at this point there's any other thing we can do further. So let us move on. Let us move on
I'm
to
sorry if you are on Third Mainland Bridge, you are stranded. Doc cannot help you, you know.
For those of you who are sending questions from Agege and Ikorodu, Doc, we have explained to Doc, but there's no way. So we'll move.
Doc,
We have tried our best.
somebody on my live, he said it's called Heads Up.
Oh, okay. Somebody has volunteered the name on my Instagram. Like, say it's Colilungus.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, now you understand.
Right. I think that's a form of oral sex.
Hey.
Yes.
I
So, part of the objectives of this show part of the objectives of this show is to increase or improve health literacy.
Okay.
And by that is to make people conscious about their health and how to express themselves when they are within the medical space. And so I'm very glad that somebody has gone to look it up and to educate others there.
Yeah.
So using the right term also helps your doctor to understand what you're trying to explain. So it's very important that people pay conscious attention to how they describe
things.
Yes.
Yes, somebody described it as Yemisi.
Senator, can you be quiet?
Infections generally have been implicated in causing mouth odor or mouth malodor, halitosis. Oral sex can lead to infections. There can be some diseases or infections that can be transmitted through that route.
When I don't hear
Yes.
so
if that is considered, that may also be considered. Don't forget that carcinomas. Don't forget that carcinomas have also been implicated in mouth odor, and human papilloma virus can be transmitted through. They have oral strains of human papilloma virus that can also cause esophageal cancer.
Esophageal.
Some oral cancer.
Doc, this is I said, I have a friend that will not be happy with you. Go with Peter.
So in addition to all this, so the underlying pathology for one of the underlying pathologies for halitosis is that there is reduction in the flow of saliva or in the production of saliva. So the mouth is dry, and when this happens, it favors the growth of bacteria. And what happens is that bacteria the mouth is always rich with food and things that form very favorable environment for bacteria to grow. And when they eat that food, they break down these food substances and release these compounds,
whatever byproduct,
these compounds, that produce these odors. And so that is why poor oral hygiene, things that lead to dry mouth, like alcohol, taking alcohol, tobacco smoking, or use of tobacco. They produce. They produce mouth odor. Other conditions like xerostomia is a condition that affects the salivary glands, making it not unable to produce adequate saliva. Even things like normal physiological conditions like sleeping with an open mouth. That is a common cause of
that one we can't
breath.
really do much about. When we are sleeping, we don't know the state of the mouth.
Yes, and they snore and they and their mouth, they breathe through their mouth. Yes, they notice some foul breath. Then dental caries is like tooth decay. Yes, those things cause mouth odor.
Doc, so what are the remedies? Yeah, we have known the causes. For those of you who are listening before, because at some point we're going to open the phone line so that people will ask questions, but we are not there yet. We have enough time still, you know. So this bad breath, now we know some of the things that can cause it. All right. So what are the remedies?
Right. So so the remedies start with simple things like maintaining a healthy oral, maintaining good oral hygiene. How do you maintain good oral hygiene? Brushing regularly. So here we're going to talk about how frequent is recommended. Twice daily recommended to brush. Yes.
Okay.
So people say twice daily, and then to floss. Flossing is like trying to clean in between the teeth.
Okay.
Yes, trying to clean in between the teeth. So it's recommended that we brush twice daily and floss once daily, just in between anytime, maybe after food. And then also after eating such maybe foods that contains those spices we talked about, onions, garlic, and other kinds of spices that can cause mouth odor, it's also recommended that you brush or you chew a sugar-free gum.
Okay.
Sugar-free, emphasized, because too much sugar can cause tooth decay, and that's another problem. So they said one can chew that for like say 3 minutes. Okay, I forgot to mention that the duration of brushing is recommended 2 to 3 minutes, but 2 minutes ideally. So you divide. It's like you just do like a mental division of the mouth into upper left and right, lower left and right. 30 seconds for each, being very conscious of yourself, and going in a circular motion in between the place like where the teeth meet the gum. That is usually the area that the food gets impacted, and
it's good to hide.
Yes, and bacteria, the food stays there and bacteria can multiply.
Somebody was asking on my Instagram live that chewing stick, is it good for oral hygiene? Because it looks like chewing stick has been relegated now. People have pushed chewing stick that we used to know, that used to help everybody before this brush thing. Chewing stick used to help everybody, but now, where is the place of chewing stick in all these things? Is it that we should just allow it rest?
Yes. So so chewing stick was used like in the past, and I wouldn't say it's not good, because it cleans the teeth, and I think people that use it, if they know how to use it very well, if they can use it properly, then it would be able to clean their teeth. However, there are different toothbrushes that people can get these days.
Or you can combine it if you're a traditional man.
Did you know there are different types of bristles, and then there are different because when I went into a supermarket someday and I just saw toothbrushes, and I don't know if people actually take time to check, is it
whether soft, hard, or medium.
Yes, because there are different types. And
which one is better?
So
because I used to, honestly, I must confess on this show, I used to think that the harder the better.
Yes.
That cleaning teeth is like scrubbing juice.
Yes.
So these are some of the misconceptions.
Until the dentist told me that.
So these are some of the misconceptions that people have. That the harder the bristle, the cleaner the teeth will get, which is not correct.
Correct.
98% of the time it's recommended to use soft.
That's what I hear.
Bristles.
That one for
hard bristles have been found to erode, to cause gum disease, because they can make the gums bleed. Yes, some people that use very hard, it can cause.
I used to look for hard before.
On top that hard, you go see the.
But there are also, however, there are also indications where your dentist might say use the hard. So it depends if that was what was prescribed for you. But if there is
prescription,
on the normal, it's soft.
The soft one,
soft life.
But how much toothpaste is required? Because many people they line up the entire toothbrush and it's like pressing everything on it. So
I hear that is too much.
Then should you rinse after you're done brushing your teeth?
Right. So so for the quantity of toothpaste, I think just enough to brush your teeth.
A dentist said it's pea size, just
pea
small,
size.
like the size of granite.
Right. And then I forgot to mention that fluoride toothpaste is the recommended one because fluorine also helps the teeth to maintain its integrity. When I say integrity, it helps the teeth, the enamel, the different structures of the teeth to be yes.
I'm say politicians they use fluoride because if they bite money, yeah, go hey.
Doc, somebody on my live is asking, what about salt and charcoal?
They used to use those things too before.
Yes, now.
So yes. So
for whitening, is that
we're going to get to that. So yes, charcoal has also been seen to be helpful for whitening of the teeth. Saline, that's salt in water. Those are some natural remedies for like mouth.
So bad.
But in addition, it's not bad. But in addition to brushing the teeth. Yeah.
But in this part of the world, we eat a lot of corn, agbado. Agbado is considered by some people to be a fruit as well as
a vegetable. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Fresh corn.
So all this our agbado wey we dey chop.
You know, follow. Fresh corn.
Fresh corn is good because
Well, they defend yourself. They say we.
Okay, I chop corn.
They say in this hour.
You want come Kalabado? You want come Kalabado?
See, when last you chop corn?
No, you don't tell.
You don't tell. They defend yourself.
You don't go like
So you wey dey chop bitter kola uncle.
that one doctor don't condemn man. Because silence is the best answer to that condemnation.
Doctor was silent. He don't condemn us. All right. So we've had. Then you say, of course, visit the dentist regularly is very important.
Visiting the dentist regularly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Then we've already talked about limiting sugar intake, caffeine, like from coffee, because it causes dry mouth. So anything that will cause dry mouth.
To dry, okay.
Yes. So some people say, after drinking coffee or alcohol, drink water, so that the mouth will get saliva will flow and the mouth will not get.
Now make I say me with the drink beer.
So that we'll tell the beer.
I mean,
yes.
They carry my water move around.
I want to ask.
Beer is alcohol, they dry mouth.
I want to ask this one, doctor.
Yes.
It's not a small problem, beer, no.
In the morning.
If you no problem, they explain give beer, you never hear them. Now problem they explain give beer, now why beer cool?
I want to ask doctor this one. When is the best time to brush your teeth? Is it before breakfast or after breakfast?
Or within.
These are problems we call our lady face.
So many people or many studies have said, after breakfast. However, if someone had a lot of food the night before and ate very late, you have to. It's recommended that you brush to remove whatever has been accumulated there before.
Because you can't keep accumulating now.
Yeah.
You will PSP.
However, some people
I don't feel comfortable in the morning to do anything
Until I brush.
until I brush.
Brush.
My first thing to do after morning prayer and I brush.
Must brush.
Yes.
Before I even talk to somebody.
Yes.
You know it's recommended to change because I was on social media someday and some people were talking about changing toothbrush and using it for 1 year, and I'm thinking
1 year.
Yes, so it's recommended 2 to 3 months to change or to change the toothbrush regularly. And then when you notice that it's playing, that means that the bristles are looking like fan.
Yeah, that's when they say the toothbrush. Don't they tell you waka?
Yes, or it's either that or the person is brushing with too much pressure. So because you're not supposed to, some people also brush very hard as if they're scrubbing.
Yes, now.
Yes, it's supposed to be gentle circular motion that does it. Yes.
But doctor, why is it that here in Africa, when Africans or Nigerians are brushing their teeth, you can hear the sound? It's like they're really
be like fighting.
So that's like the pressure.
And then our
pressure
people abroad, they use electric toothbrushes and they're very gentle and they don't even feel.
You can go and brush.
So there are different people here can also use electric toothbrushes. It's not rocket science.
But which one do you recommend?
But best way to chop bug and when they JJ come on.
So there are different types of
the teeth that they use here.
There's electric toothbrush. There's the regular one that is
Like a washing gene.
Yes, the normal toothbrush that you know. For electric toothbrushes, they have some advantages because they have pressure
can
sensors,
go, yeah.
pressure indicators that once you're brushing so hard, it can tell you. And then the way they rotate, they help to clean the teeth. However, some people don't know how to use it. They're supposed to direct it because brushing is supposed to be done at an angle. Yeah, that's like when I talked about between the teeth and the gum. If you get what I mean. And so when you hold, you're not supposed to hold it just perpendicular, just directly to your teeth. You're supposed to bend it so that you hold it at such an angle that it cleans the important part that it's supposed to clean. So those ones are also designed to get to some hard to reach areas behind. So but generally, if people use anyone that works for you that can make you clean your teeth better, it's
Doc,
fine.
what can you tell these electricians that use teeth to, separate wire and cable?
That is not recommended, and
You see, NEPA staff now they hear what they talk.
it's not recommended in any way. I would advise.
My brother,
that
waiting with the use teeth do for this country is too much. We dey use teeth lose rope, we dey use and take open drink, we dey use and take cut wire. Mechanic they even use and take remove head of plug.
But what do you think about people that use their teeth to open their drinks? Is it
it's
bad.
the same thing
It's
we're
bad.
talking
It's
about.
bad. You're not supposed to use teeth for all those things.
You are doing the
I'm not there. I don't do it.
But the kind of teeth wey we dey use for this country, entire person. Alright, some people have this misconception that halitosis or mouth odor is hereditary. Somebody mouth will smell. If you ask them, he say na so they do for their family. That's so we be for our family. Is it true?
No, that's a misconception.
Yeah.
That's
not
a
hereditary.
misconception. It's not hereditary.
So no family where they born with mouth odor.
no,
That people wey no
that
gree
is a
clean mouth well.
misconception. Yeah.
Someone was asking, what's responsible for mouth odor? Is it the tongue or the teeth or both?
So both. However, the tongue is very contributes a lot because food particles can accumulate on the tongue, and that's where bacteria grows. So there's something called tongue coating. Tongue coating, I don't think I mentioned it earlier. It's part of the cause of physiological causes of mouth odor. When some people brush and they don't brush their tongue. It's very common among children, but some adults also don't brush their tongue very well. Now, brushing the tongue is not just where you can see. It starts from the back of the tongue, and you're supposed to come forward. Yes, there's something called tongue cleaner, tongue scraper.
Yeah, tongue scraper.
Yes, you can buy off the counter, and but some people don't feel comfortable using it. So you can use your toothbrush to achieve that. But because when these particles accumulate on the tongue, you can even see it. Your tongue will be whitish. You can. It's very obvious.
Yeah,
so,
like small pikin where they suck breast.
Yes, so that's.
They coated na milk.
By the way, amongst children, halitosis have also been found. A study that was done in the US
Small baby go get mouth odor.
found about 40-something% of children with that they reported halitosis.
But I thought the breast milk was supposed to flush it or
We're
something.
talking of children now.
Okay,
Yes.
not
Even from that age you're talking about, that's infants. There's something they use to clean their mouth. You can use wet wipes, you can use wet cloth.
Yeah,
Just try to clean the mouth and the tongue. Yes, a bit. And as they get older, by the way, there are different toothbrushes for different ages. So when you get to the counter, you would just try and check the age: 2 to 3 to 5, 5 to 6. So you get the appropriate toothbrush.
So there's some, okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
There's some people who do all of these things, fantastic dental hygiene, but they still have bad breath. Are there other things that cause bad breath? Some people say it's from the stomach.
And then she said it in the
Yes,
beginning.
so if one is very sure that he or she maintains proper oral hygiene and still has that's why we talked about the systemic conditions, because the mouth has been seen to be the mirror of the body. So some diseases can be found from the mouth. Some people have discovered some diseases when they went to the dentist. That's not what they went there for, but then they discovered that there were some other underlying factors. Like we talked about chronic kidney disease, we talked about liver disease, we talked about diabetes. Diabetes can also produce some especially when the person is in ketoacidosis, some form of crisis, that can produce some foul breath.
Somebody is asking, no be me, whether you can contact mouth odor from kissing.
So it's not contagious. That's a misconception.
So go ahead, please. So, Father, when you don't know that there's a way you think of the country's problem, your mouth could just.
All right, so we'll open the lines now so that people can ask as many questions as they want. If you're following me on Instagram Live, I'm showing the numbers to dial on my Instagram. So, hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. Doctor.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. Okay, good evening. I can see good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
My question is this,
Yeah.
You get some people who I know very, very well.
You didn't tell us your name,
Your name, please.
Just for VI.
Okay.
Some people who I know very, very well.
Based on existing protocol.
They are not accidented. But all of a sudden, I could notice, you can imagine when all the molars gone, pieces are gone, only 3 molars up and down. You know how that person will look like. Now I begin to notice that all those things are gone. Are you accidented? You say no. Then what happened to your teeth? Nobody give you blow. You don't engage in fighting or separation of husband and wife that involve people. What you call this? Thank you.
Okay, that's when people teeth don't fall come off finish for their mouth.
Tooth loss.
Tooth loss, yes.
So there are different things that can cause tooth loss, and very commonly very commonly the non-traumatic. When I say traumatic,
that's not blunt force.
Yes, not blunt force. It's dental caries, so that's like tooth decay. Sometimes old aging also causes tooth loss, but for him, what he's noticing is not in an elderly age, from what I can get. So dental caries, if the infection is like, or some periodontal diseases, if the infection is overwhelming, that the dentist suggests that the only thing that can be done to alleviate, because they usually give options to alleviate this, is to take it off. And there are remedies to that, because there are dentures that can be.
Okay, you can wear dentures. All right, we'll take more calls. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Good evening, Doc, and good evening, Wiseman. This is Bahami.
Bahomi, how now?
Baho?
Fine. I beg, said it is not, Barcelona is not contagious. What for someone that has oral thrush, which I believe is contagious or transmissible? Maybe use the word transmissible, or maybe a man put his mouth down where it's not supposed to be. And get some.
Where exactly, please?
I think we understand.
We have dealt with that one. Okay, Doc, you said like oral thrush. Well,
Alright,
yeah, that one is contagious.
Yeah, so thank you for that question. Oral thrush is contagious. However, the halitosis that comes with it, if the person gets the oral thrush, it's not that the person got the halitosis. So the person got oral thrush. And if the person treats oral thrush, then halitosis.
It will go.
It's not the halitosis wasn't contacted.
Yes. It's as simple as that. Somebody was asking that this one.
And don't also forget.
I think that's a call on the line. Okay, hello. Sorry.
Good evening.
Yes, so it's Lagostalk side 1.3.
You have the chip on the line.
Yusuf, how now?
My question to the doctor is that, there was a time that NAFDAC highlighted some, especially they were specific about the imported toothpaste that they contain some substance that affects kidney. So, in that time, that thing has given me that kind of trauma. So that is what I mean. And once after brush, I must rinse my mouth. Because they said that time when you swallow, something, because they say it can cause kidney disease or heart disease or something. So there are some, especially imported toothpaste. So how do we know those toothpaste? Because now when you say it's not advisable to rinse mouth after this thing, so is that not tantamount to causing process of trying to kill it, you are not giving yourself this and this to solve as a problem.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Yusuf, for that question. If first of all, I would say it's important to identify NAFDAC numbers or authorizing bodies that validate products. So there's FDA that also shows for some toothbrushes, they even validate toothbrushes.
Yes.
You see FDA approved on some
Yeah.
toothbrushes. That's to show that a lot of research has been done has been done on this, and it shows that it does the work it's supposed to do. Same thing goes for toothpaste and so any toothpaste that maybe doesn't have NAFDAC number, there's no reason to risk your life to say you will use it and then rinse your mouth, because when you brush, a little bit still gets swallowed. Okay, so just try as much as possible to buy from a trusted vendor, to buy an NAFDAC in the case of Nigeria, or FDA, or any authorizing body that approves such products.
Now, some people on my Instagram are not taking this alcohol part lightly.
Okay.
Yes, they've been asking.
So let's hear what they have to say.
Yes, they are saying that. You understand? This one, they are saying alcohol will not cause mouth. Now, what of using like Ogogoro to rinse mouth? Since since it has been shown that some of these spirits help kill some of these things.
Yeah.
That now using Ogogoro or spirit to rinse mouth, is it a problem?
So
They are asking.
yes, thank you for that question, and thank you for tuning in.
Maybe to rinse and swallow might be a problem.
Yeah, so alcohol,
Yeah.
Ogogoro is alcohol
Yes.
in any form. The studies show that alcohol, they didn't specify whether
Yeah.
Ogogoro or whiskey or brandy or alcohol
Yeah.
or alcoholic beverages,
Yeah.
that they contribute to dry mouth, right? They cause dry mouth. So as much as they can kill bacteria, they cause dry mouth. So it's like countering the effect. And that's why I said that some people say, oh, after taking alcohol, you use water to rinse your mouth. So yes, even when people are drinking socially. Then I was going to also say that I think when I remember, I'll
But Doc, you know that there's difference between all this whiskey, brandy, and akpeteshi.
So what I remembered was mouth rinses. Sorry, why you translate akpeteshi? Why am I translator? Yes. So mouth rinses now is recommended that you use non-alcohol based, alcohol-free mouth rinses.
So
if you remember before,
that thing dealt with me. Yeah.
Mouth rinse. So it was countering the effect. So people are using it to clear mouth odor, but it was not.
Yeah.
So now, yes.
That thing created problem for me 2 times.
Every dentist will advise you not to use
I've stopped it.
Yes. Anything alcohol, they say me avoid that myself. Avoid alcohol.
My translator has not.
Even perfume with alcohol, you know they bring body.
So Doc, about toothache.
Yes.
It's a big problem for a lot of people. Not me. I don't have toothache. The full center will drag me again. So toothache. A lot of people think that you can cure toothache by using over-the-counter products like all those drops and all of that. And they call it touch and something. What do you think about toothaches? How can you be sure that it's a situation where you would need to extract the tooth, or it's something you can just manage on your own, and maybe like improve on your dental, healthcare procedure?
For which one?
For toothache.
It depends on what's causing the ache now.
So thank you for that
and
question.
Cavity as well.
Yeah, thank you for that question. Toothache or dental diseases is a whole topic on its own. Today we're talking about bad breath. However, now that you've mentioned, it is good to respond to this. Toothache is a major problem. However, what is recommended is that when you feel that you're having toothache, the first thing to do is to contact your dentist. No over the counter. Don't try to manage. Let them have a consultation first, so that you know there will be a diagnosis, and then you know that what you're doing is what you're treating is the right thing. Usually over the counter it's just like painkillers. Painkillers might stop the pain, but it may not stop what is causing. So sometimes when it comes back even hard, like worse than the first time they experience it. So the advice is to consult with your when you're not sure, you feel you have toothache, or you consult with your dentist.
Okay, before we take another call, there's a question that has been lingering here on my Instagram live.
Yes.
Some people are asking that during this fasting period, that they notice mouth odor. You understand?
Yes.
Yes. So,
From prolonged fast.
yes.
So yeah.
That's a
So
holy
for
one.
the same thing, for the same thing, for the
Senator,
same
mouth
reasons
odor
we
cannot be holy.
mentioned. So on this learning, so this is a learning platform for all of us.
Yeah.
Yes, and for the same reason we mentioned that not eating. If the mouth is dry, for sure, maybe they've not taken any water for that long period.
Yeah, like
They've
when they
not
do
eaten
dry
any-
fasting.
They've not had any food.
Ah,
And so
wow.
all these things can
Make
contribute
nobody when they do
to,
dry fasting talk to anybody.
dry
this
mouth
period.
and can lead to mouth odor.
Yeah.
So, but it doesn't happen in everybody. So there could also be mixture or combination of factors. So it may be that the person also has some medical conditions, like I mentioned, some ulcer, some peptic ulcer, some reflux diseases, some other things, systemic causes can also lead to mouth odor. So
Okay.
Are they long term? Okay.
sorry.
Yeah.
One of the major things is if you feel that you have persistent mouth odor, I think you should contact your dentist. Yes, for
So,
further
Doc,
evaluation.
Yeah. Do you think there are they long-term or medium-term effects of smoking on your dental health? People who smoke.
Hello, Willie.